Now, here's something that's caught my attention, and I can't release on it. As you know, I'm not a believer in any kind of religious anything, but I can't help noticing how many satanic coincidences there are with the Joe Biden campaign. And they just have to be mentioned. Now, again, I'm not a believer, but it's becoming a weird coincidence of how many things look satanic. For example, Joe Biden is in favor of what he said, bringing the light to the darkness. And what is happening as he's speaking? As he's speaking and saying, I will bring the light to the darkness, cities are actually on fire. California is on fire. I'm in Arizona, and I'm watching the entire valley is full of smoke because some part of the Phoenix area is on fire. So if you were Satan, wouldn't you expect that Satan would speak in terms which are true but misleading? Meaning, he will bring you the light, but there's a catch. It's fire, and it's burning your stuff. That's exactly what Satan would say if Satan existed. Now, I'm not saying that Joe Biden is possessed by Satan. I'm just saying it would look exactly like this. Now, are there any other clues? Well, how many people or entities do you know who prefer to live underground? I can think of Satan living in hell, and who would be another person who prefers to live underground? Could it be basement-dwelling Biden? I only know two people who are famous for living underground. Can you think of even a third one? I don't think so. I don't think so. So, but that could be a coincidence, right? I mean, you know, there are coincidences. So if there was anything to this satanic thing, you would see lots of little hints, because don't they say that Satan, his biggest trick is telling you he doesn't exist? So he would be hiding in plain sight, but there would be lots of clues if you were not blinded by the satanic influences. For example, what is Joe Biden's slogan? Build back better. Build back better. BBB. If you were going to imagine 666 and you wanted to show it to people and disguise it at the same time, can you think of any letter that the numeral 6 would fit inside completely? Only capital B. Capital B is the only letter that you could put a 6 on the inside of it and it would be concealed. If you put a 6 over the number 1, you'd say, hey, why'd you write a 6 over the number 1? It would be obvious. But you could hide a 6 in a capital B. Could be a coincidence. How about the name Joe Biden? Well, there's no 666 there, right? So Joe that's 3 letters. Biden is 5. So there's no symbolism there. Except I was looking at it a little bit closer, and do you know if you took the capital letter J, just imagine the capital letter J in your mind. Now think of the next letter in Joe. It's an O. Now just move in your mind the O to the left until it's on top of the J. It's a backward 6. So that's the J and the O, the form of backward 6. Now suppose the next letter is the lowercase e. What does a lowercase e look like if you turn it upside down? Well, it looks like a 6. So you got the J and the O together. If you combine them, it looks like a backward 6. You've got the lowercase e that looks like an upside down 6, but that's just 2 6s. 6 wouldn't be anything, right? But the next letter is capital B for Biden. And capital B is where you hide your 6. So even JOEB is 666. But then you say to yourself, Scott, you can find a pattern in anything. How do you explain the rest of the word Biden? Like, it's easy if you just cherry pick. if you just cherry pick, you can get that. But what is left of the word Biden if you take out the B, because that's where the 6 is hiding? What's left of the word Biden? Are you ready for this? I-D-E-N. I-D-E-N. Identity. 666. Identity. That's what Joe Biden's name actually is. 666. Identity. Now you say to yourself, Scott, you could pick any complicated situation and you could find all these random patterns, and it's been proven a million times. And I say, yeah, I agree. I'm not saying that he's possessed by Satan. I'm just saying there are a lot of coincidences. So let's look at Kamala Harris, for example. Kamala Harris, you'd be looking for the same sort of thing. So how many letters are there in Kamala? K-A-M-A-L-A. Well, 6. But what are the odds that that means anything? How many letters in Harris? H-A-R-R-I-S. 6. All right. So but that's just 2 6s, right? 2 6s means nothing, and that's just a coincidence. What is she running for? Vice President of the United States. So Kamala Harris, Vice President of the United States, is 3 6s. Is that a coincidence? Might be. Could be. So there is one candidate, Joe Biden, who has a coincidental association with the number 666 in a variety of ways. He lives underground exactly like Satan, and he talks exactly like Satan, telling you he'll bring you good news, but it's really a trick of language that it's bad news. Is he bringing you the light? Yeah, he is. Your house is going to burn down. You're welcome for all the light. So I'm just putting that out there. As I said, I'm not a believer, so I don't believe in either religion or Satan. I'm just pointing out there's a lot of coincidences going on. That's all.